comfortable talking about this because I implemented it in my life and in my work, and it has been extremely helpful. So I started, my husband and I were in the software industry for years before we got into our family business. Our business is family run. It's been in our family for over 35 years. We just started it about 9 years ago. But in the software industry, I learned a lot about, I was a software educator, so I learned a lot about education, and I just loved that. I felt like that had a purpose. But one thing I learned in the corporate world is a lot of people said they were going to do things and they didn't follow through and do it. And it really always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I was starting to get a little burnt out. So I really wanted to do something that was more purposeful. So we got into the business with our family, and it's just been a great experience. I'm also a mom, which for anybody out there that has children or even nieces and nephews or younger siblings, whatever it is, it teaches you a lot about purpose and adaptability. And being a business owner taught me a lot about my resilience and leadership, but I was still kind of searching for a little more purpose. It still was feeling like very businessy, and I don't know, I was looking for some deeper purpose. So I ended up, when my kids left our home, we're empty nesters now, which is really fun. I became a hospice volunteer and end-of-life doula. And I'm going to talk about how we kind of merge this together, because what I realize is that our purpose during our day and things that we realize at the end of our life really impact how we run our day-to-day life and what that means. So when I started thinking, oh gosh, this is just so great, I have all these things I want to do, how do I merge these two worlds together? I'm a business owner, I need to make money for our family, my husband and I, it's a reality, and I actually love what I do. But how do I find purpose that I found as a hospice volunteer, talking to these patients and what their purpose in their life was? How do we merge those two together? And this is how I came up with my value system and deciding what was really important to me every day. So I'm going to talk just 2 seconds about work in hospice. I won't bore you guys. Anybody have experience, like anybody know with hospice or work in hospice? It's a beautiful organization. I do it very part-time because I'm a business owner, but it provides me a lot of grounding, gives me, like I said, it just gives me a lot of introspection. So anyway, I have the privilege of being with these families when people are at the end of their life. And when they're at the end of their life, they're talking about what was important to them, and they go through a process called life review. And it's a pretty common thing. And one thing that isn't talked about a lot is that 1/3 of your life is spent working, and that's a lot. And we want that 1/3 of our life spent working, we want it to be purposeful. And when you're at the end of the life, you're going to be looking back on that. And so it's made me reflect, how can I make my work more purposeful every day so that when I go to bed at night, I know that what I did had a purpose, and I know that I'm leading with my heart, I'm leading with my integrity, and I'm leading with what's important to me. So I'm a quote person, so there's a really good quote from a class I took on being an end-of-life doula, and what must I do to be at peace with myself so I may live presently and die gracefully? And this is what I want. I want to be able to know that I did what I said I was going to do and what's important to me. So it's inspired me to have more intentional living and inspired me to have more intentional working. And I know you've probably heard the quote, no one ever dies, saying that they want to spend more time in the office. I'm sure you've all heard this. The fact of the matter is we have to spend time at work, and so we want to make it as purposeful as possible so that we feel like we're driven from a deeper place. So that's kind of how I got to what I'm talking about today. Okay, so I want to ask you guys a couple questions. I talk to estheticians all day. You guys, estheticians are just so from the heart. Most of the estheticians I talk to got into this business because of a purpose, not because they were looking to make $1 million bazillion dollars, even though you can make good money in this business. But you typically got into this for a reason. So I'd love to hear from some of you. What was your reasons for becoming an esthetician? And I think we have some students in the room too, which would be fun to hear from as well. So anybody? Yes?
I became an esthetician, honestly, to take care of my mom.
Take care of your mom.
Yeah, I saw how she took care of my grandma when she passed away, and I wanted to take care of her.
Oh, cool.
In the same manner.
Yeah.
And instead of just a homely skin scrub that she really liked,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, you know what, I think I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually her who told me to go to the school that I went to.
Awesome.
And now I'm
Yeah, congratulations. I love your NASNPRO shirt too.
Thank you.
I've never seen that before. That's really cute. Thank you. Can anyone else share why they became an esthetician? Anybody here? Yeah.
To help people really find that place in their skin journey to feel comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
to actually be able to explore like the more beauties of skincare.
Awesome. Great. Anybody else? Yeah.
I wanted to heal people, and that was
Yeah.
the way I could do it.
Yes.
But I didn't know that at the time, but I just knew I wanted to touch people and heal them.
Awesome. You're doing it. Yeah. There's someone in the back. Yes. I'm so sorry. I cannot hear you very well. Maybe you could wait. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else want to? Yes.
I'm an esthetician student.
Yes.
I got into this because my mom was diagnosed with private cancer,
Mhm.
and I saw that there was a need of more oncology estheticians to give back that confidence to women and men who lose their hair, who just don't feel like themselves anymore.
Yes. Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that. How many of you defined your business values? Anybody? Yeah, a couple. Okay, that's really good. We'll talk a little bit about some examples of what that is and how you can implement it. It's actually really simple. This is not like a huge, enormous exercise, especially because you guys are already purposeful. I hear it every day. I just heard it here. There's a purpose that you're doing this, and so we can help you define some of those. Gonna ask one more question. What drives you when things get tough? So if your business is not doing as well, or things are tough in your life, what really drives you to kind of make it through those times? Yes.
My family told me that I could not do something, and so I don't have an excuse. So when I know something happens tough times, I was restored.
That's awesome.
And that's awesome.
Yes.
That's not normal.
Yes.
Always normal, but
Yes. It's like Sean's drawer that he was talking about. Whatever the acronym was, which was funny and great. Okay, anybody else? What drives you through tough times? Yes.
Testimonies from clients and knowing the impactful change that actually in their life.
Awesome. Great. Anybody else? Yes. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes. So many things drive us. For me, what drives me when times are tough, and as a business owner, I've been doing this for 9 years, and it is the hardest job, maybe besides my kids being newborns, this is the hardest job that I've ever had, and it is also the most rewarding job. But I'm constantly, because there's so many decisions, there's so many things going on, and I'm constantly having to remind myself what's important to me. So keep remembering those things, because there will be tough times, and we're going to get through it when we have our business values. All right, so why do business values matter? We're going to go a little bit, to dive into more of that, and stop talking so much about me and why I got here. But values-based decisions is a place that is really where you want to be when you're making decisions. This world right now is like information overload. I mean, you guys are here, there's vendors, even though this is a beautiful, small event, but we go to all the big trade shows like Las Vegas and Face and Body. Have you guys been to any of those like big shows? They're amazing and great, but it's information overload. Just social media, getting on your phones all the time. It's information overload. You're hearing from, we hear it all the time. There's, 5 million different types of skincare lines out there, and everyone is saying it's the best because they really truly believe it. So how do we make decisions? And if we have our values, we can make values-based decisions as opposed to situational-based decisions. So when you're talking to someone, you know what questions to ask because you want to know what's important to you. So when you're looking for vendors, when you're looking for employees, this is going to really help. Defining your business values is really going to help with that. It's also what I'm finding, which is a really interesting thing, is my customers are now showing up. I'm just going to keep going back to Sean's talk because it really resonated with what I'm talking about, but our customers that show up are showing to have very similar values that we have. So I think there's some like energy connection, what you put out comes back to you, and so what's really important to me I'm finding is actually really important to my customers as well. So it's going to help, it's helped with my vendor relationships, it's helped with my customer relationships, and it certainly has helped with my employer relationships as well. Values truly reflect what matters to you, and it anchors you in your purpose. It brings clarity to your path. How many of you have been an esthetician like over 15 years around here? Yeah, quite a few. How, about over 10? A little over 5? Okay. Anyone get to the point yet where they're kind of feeling a little lost, like they're forgetting what their purpose was when they got into it? Does that hit anybody? A couple? Okay. This also helps with burnout a lot. Your values are really, truly like your secret weapon for unstable times. The world right now is a little crazy. Our customers are feeling chaotic. And if we can be grounded in our values, I really believe that estheticians can provide that really safe, grounded place for their customers, their clients to come in and really feel a real stability and a real strength that will come from you all because you're rooted in your values and you're rooted in those systems, and everything you believe in surrounds that. All right, so some examples of business values. There's a lot out there, but there's environmental concerns, there's reliable customer support, education, there's so many business values out there. Again, I was talking about information overload. If you Google business values, there's going to be a lot. You don't have to choose all of them. We have stuck with 5, but we build them over time. I'm going to talk about 3 of them that we started with, and I'm going to ask you guys at the end of today or at the end of this session to write down maybe 3 that would be important for you, and they develop and change over time. But these are some examples of some business values that you can run your business with. So the first one I'm going to talk about is my hardest one, because I came from the corporate world. I saw that, to me, financial success kind of equaled selfishness. It was my own thing that I created in my head, but I saw that as I rose in the company, I saw that money was really the driving force for a lot of people in the corporate world. So I really shied away from this, and I didn't want that because I wanted more purpose. And I work with a business coach, and he's really taught me that financial responsibility, having fiscally responsible finances, is actually a very core business value. I can be very honest with my finances. It's not my driving force. I don't do everything for money, but I'm running a business. I'm providing, my husband and I are providing for our children. They're both in college. We're providing for our family. It's a family-run business, and that's been in business for 35 years, so we're keeping the legacy going. So there's a lot that rides on being financially responsible. So this is a business value, and I did want to talk a little bit about it. By realizing that keeping myself fiscally responsible, what I am providing to our customers, our vendors, and our employees is trust. That I'm going to keep the business going. I'm going to be able to pay their paycheck. I'm going to be able to continue to purchase products from our vendors. so that I can provide to our customers, and I'm going to still be in business so my customers can buy from us. So it really has added a lot of depth to our business, more than I ever gave it credit, so it's really, really important one. I would love each of you, if you don't already do this, to really dedicate some time to this. I take time out every day, even just starting off my day, checking where things are at, what are the bills coming up, doing schedules in my QuickBooks, working with our accountants to make sure that everything is lining up, and just making sure that all of our, we're responsible so that our customers, our vendors, our employees can trust that we will continue to be in business. If you do this in your business, your clients that come in are going to believe that you're going to be there for a really long time. And you want to do that. That's what we all want. We want relationships. We want our customers to return. So if they know that you are running a business from this value, you'll have the trust in, they will have the trust in you that you will continue to be there for them. All right. I realize I have a typo in the slide. This is value number 1, but this is actually value number 2. Okay, follow the lead of others. So, a quick little story. When I got into this business, another great resource that I'm going to talk about is the Small Business Association. If you guys haven't used it, you're small business owners. It's an amazing organization. It's free. They have mentors that you can hire. There's free webinars on how to do different business practices. So when we got into this business, it's like I said, it's a family-run business. My mom was 81 and a rock star. For the vendors that are here, they've met her and they know her. She was asking me for years to get into this business, and I was like, you hear these stories about families doing business together and then not liking each other after a couple of years. And I really didn't want to do that. So anyway, we were looking at it. We hired a mentor from a small business association, which is a free service. It's of retired professionals that mentor small businesses. And this mentor gave me the best advice. So the mentor told me, that I need to listen to my mom. And here I was, I'm 56 now, so I was probably like 45, and I was like, oh my gosh, really? Here I am back. And he really guided me and coached me in that she's been doing this for 30 years. I need to sit back and I need to watch her and listen to her, not as my mom, but as a business owner. And that gave me a whole new perspective. A lot of times in these family businesses, the younger generation kind of comes in and does all the fancy things and implements new things, which is great. But really that business wisdom and the reason that we've stayed in business for over 30 plus years is because of her and of her business wisdom. So what I'm trying to get out is that our industry, and I see this a lot, our industry really idolizes youth. We're all trying to look younger and all of those things. And youth is amazing. I love the youth. I love students. I love the energy that it brings into the industry. But there are so many estheticians that have been out there that have been there and done this for so many years. Oh, I have 10 minutes. Okay. Come on. Have done this for so many years, and they are just a wealth of knowledge. So sit back and listen. Honor the people that came before you. We wouldn't be here today. Denise has been doing this for 20 years. 30 years, and wealth of knowledge. So lean on those people. They're there. People want to mentor you. One of my favorite clients, Queen Grace, is here. She's back there. I don't know if she can hear me, Queen. How long have you been an esthetician, Queen? Yeah.
Well, since the 70s.
Yeah. See that? A lot of people that have come in. So honor the people that have come before you. Listen to them. Be good listeners. Even with your clients, be good listeners. All right, relationships. And I'll try to make this quick. So I follow another podcaster called Promote Yourself to CEO. Great podcast, Rachel Cook. She's on all the podcast channels. She says that business grows at the speed of relationships. And this is really true. You guys are all relationship builders. I'm a relationship builder. That's how we grow our businesses. But really the depth, when you listen to her, the depth of this quote comes from not the people that we get along with and that make our life easy, okay? It is awesome when we have those great clients. It is awesome when we have the smooth vendors. It's awesome when all the employees that we have are just, doing everything we ask of them. But what are our relationships like when it doesn't go that way? So this is the depth of this quote, okay? So what do we do when we have a competitor that moves in down the street from us? What do we do when we're working with someone and it doesn't go well? So what are those relationships like? When I first got into this business, we went to the Las Vegas trade show, one of our competitors sat up right next to us. And my dad, I was kind of irritated, and my dad looked at me and said, "Don't ever forget there's enough business to go around for everyone." And I just really want to repeat that. There is enough business to go around for everyone around. So try to remember that there's a lesson in every relationship we have. I've had employees that haven't worked out, I've had vendors that haven't worked out, I've had, lots of things that haven't worked out, but we learn through those. And at that point, it's time to pivot and it's time to learn. So just remember that even those relationships that are tough, it might just not be you might not be doing business together, but you can learn something from them. So I keep this as my business value. What can I learn in my business from all of those relationships? All right, so what I want you to do is define your top 3 values. Use them and make them as value-based decisions. I do reflect on them every day, just driving to work. I kind of remind myself what's important. I sit every morning with like a cup of coffee and just kind of set my intention for the day, and it has made such a big difference. The last thing I do want to emphasize that we've been doing too is work with a team or with anyone that supports your business and your values, because you want to make sure you're being checked. I want an employee to tell me, hey, that didn't really feel right because we're not following what we say we're going to do. I want to hear that and I want to know that. So make sure you surround yourself with people that are going to tell you that as well. All right, so key takeaways. By defining and adhering to your values, it provides a powerful tool for long-term success and fulfillment. You can use them as your compass in your business to help you navigate the tough times. I know things can get tough out there, and this really can get you through some challenging times because you're leading with purpose and leading with what's really important to you, and that really does show up. All right, here's my contact info, but hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to everyone today. And I just want to thank NASNPRO for all that they do. This is, I think, our 3rd or 4th year that we've been a diamond sponsor for NASNPRO. The reason we're sticking with them is because of their values. I've seen it day in and day out with Denise. She does what she says she's going to do, and so I choose to partner with people that we are aligned in that way. So that's why I love NASNPRO. A lot of reasons, but that's the main thing. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy your lunch, and I appreciate it.